Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you had a good weekend. May 14th, it's been a few days. I'm going to update you on day trades, 0 day to expiry contracts, option contracts on SPY. I think last video was on Thursday. Friday was a chop. I didn't trade it until end of day. I decided to join in on the Friday retail end of day gamblers and got slapped. The last little bit of the small account basically dwindled to half its value. So it was like 16 bucks, and then today I just threw away the last bit. But I'm gonna show you the trades today that could have been done. Did some on the big account, but I think I'll probably refund the small account, restart the challenge on Monday, and the rest of this week paper trade and trade the big account possibly. Monday, Tuesday this week I didn't trade. Didn't miss a whole lot really. Been mostly choppy and grindy. When there's gaps, you know, oftentimes it wants to build liquidity like it did today. And if you look at longer time frame, it's easier to see why there's not continuation anywhere right now. We're just building liquidity. Here on Eric, SPY day trading on his 30-minute chart. Link for that in the description. If you guys want to join there. Yeah, so after that big gap up, it's basically been just trapping all the shorters, all the puts, and just grinding, and now we've just been consolidating for days, so not a whole lot of action. Last few days been trappy. I think today's maybe been the worst. But yeah, I jumped back in today. I didn't come in until about 10. Yeah, it was after this little move, so in the morning you did have this nice little head and shoulders. That was like the only good trade today. No, there was more maybe, but I came in, started charting some stuff. But you have a nice little shoulder liquidity here, and made a little head, grabbed it here, the break and VWAP also, and just made a nice little flush. But again, on the 30-minute, we're just kind of trapped in this wedge up here. I came in somewhere around here, yeah. So I started charting stuff. Was a little unconfident, or yeah, in my channel. It's been a while. It's been like 4 days. I feel like I haven't traded, and I'm always a little nervous. I don't have much confidence. Gotta get it started up. So I did a lot of paper trading this morning. I won't go over all of them, but yeah, basically just reminding myself why I don't trade and chop and wait for cups to close if it's chopping like this. So I don't know even where I took trades. I know I took one trade here on a break of this green, which was identified earlier on. Got, you know, a little head and a shoulder, but more so just a green channel that was bears building some liquidity. It wasn't a great structure though, not a great head and shoulder. I mean, it's small and got a little bear flag there. This yellow one I had not charted in yet, so mine was a little bit further down earlier on, but yeah, not a whole lot to do there. But then you have all this liquidity here for a shoulder, and came up, grabbed it. This would have been another trade. Yeah, there's like these first two. I almost took this one. I didn't, again, just because it's kind of a choppy, grindy day, and on the 30-minute we're just stuck in a range, and yeah. This you could have taken on a break of this white one. Same white channel that we sold off in over here. Kind of controlling it over here. And could have taken it early here for kind of a mutual trade or a retracement trade. Or waited for this red one, which... Where did I get this one from? I think just these candles up here. I moved it a little bit because it was a little bit off. But then it lined up nicely with this being in the resistance. Here. And then flipped into... let's see. Resistance. Kind of bounced on that as a support then. So that's where you're taking on that big green candle, which aren't the nicest entries, but that's how it worked for me today. But you gotta be quick on profits because no continuation until we break out of the larger time frame. So taking profits on that, and then it's choppy, grindy. Trying to identify the wedges, like what wedge we're in, and avoid trading in there if I'm not especially trading on the edge of the wedge. Basically on the extremes, not in the middle. So I did one let's see, I did one on the big account right here on the break of this white. So white was identified with these resistances up here. This kind of ladder channel. So as it broke that, I got puts on that red candle. Held through that, it was a little sketchy. Sold one near low of day like here, and then well, like there, and then well actually I sold one like on this candle because it was taking too long. It was starting to build liquidity and I didn't like it, even though it had broken that white one, which wasn't too confident in it. So sold one there for tiny profit, and then sold one up here for I think like 20 or 30%, and then put a break even stop and got stopped back out up here. So 3 contracts. My next sell, if I didn't get stopped down on that one, was this gold channel coming down here. So that would have been nice, but and then stopped out of one other trade. I can't remember on the big account. I remember where it was. Yeah, I'm not sure. But yeah, just continuing to identify what wedge we're in and trying to just trade on the extremes of it. So not a good day for trading, really. Like, you make money in these days, you got to be careful and be patient, and it's fine to sit out and wait for a better day. So another lesson for me again, I was looking at someone else's chart. I wanted confirmation bias. I saw this head and shoulders. I'm like, all right, I'm trying to get a 10-minute trade on my small account, and because that's the only time the contracts are cheap enough. It hadn't broken mine here, this white one, which of course is just the repeat of this resistance up here. Put it down here on that support, and it literally just bounced right on it. So I could have gotten calls on it, which I wasn't going to because I was going to wait. This was my wedge for end of day, this gold, this white. And I checked out his chart, and his chart was a little bit higher on his line that was broken. So I was like, all right, I got puts there, and then yeah, it was bad. So small account blew up, and actually I had puts on the big account there too, maybe. I can't remember, but anyways, got out of them. Actually got calls because it had broken my gold one here. So you got your head, your shoulder, and then on the 30-minute also, that candle, which we're closing now, was breaking this magenta on Eric's chart there. So thought I'll get calls here. Again, not continuation. I sold some. This was a green trade though, but man, it was not worth it to get all those red trades earlier today. I remember the other trade that I took on the big account, and it was oh so nasty. Right here I had puts. So we'd complete this inverse cup. So this was potentially a handle that was forming right here. I was waiting for it to break or catch resistance. Really the resistance would be this gold right here. And it rejected that. Came down. I had another one charted here. I took it out, I guess. Rejected it kind of again. It's a little ways away from it, but made a little shoulder, little head. So I was into puts. I think I'll break on this white. Yeah, so this is the same white when I duplicated it down here. Just to try and find an entry and some structure. So potentially this could have been a little head and shoulder, and then like a little mini one in the other shoulder. Or otherwise a little inverse cup and handle. So it worked, the trade worked, but it just didn't have continuation or follow through because it ended up bouncing on this support right here, the green. So anyways, got those there. What did I do? I think I maybe took one profit and then had two, held it all the way back up here into the red, but it rejected this red as resistance. So I was fine with it. And then, as you know it, in a chop, in a wedge, you just get big random volume spike of candles, and this thing went so that sucked on the big account. That made today quite red. Yeah, those dropped, I think, 50% on that candle. That's just the nature of the market. Also, I don't know if that was a Trump tweet or something, or probably not, but sometimes you'll just get that in these wedges, which is why it's sketchy to trade in them. Yeah, so that was that one. This didn't make up for it, but this did help a little bit. And yeah, small account. Again, here we are. Probably reload this on Monday. I think probably $500. So I started this challenge on the channel. I think the account was at like 130 or something. Really, when I started it, it was at 230. I got up to 600, and then came back down to 230, and that's when I started this series. So we'll try again at 500. 500's nice. I can do, you know, I can do one trade a day, do one and done, or I can do a couple, just one contract, maybe 3 a day. We'll see. But yeah, so I think I'll probably do that. Continue to trade on the big account if I see trades. Today it forced it a little bit, fortunately. First day back in feels like a long time, but yeah, not stoked on that. This price action though, I mean, we've got to just break out of this area. So we've got nice liquidity here basically. So come down, make an inverse head, bounce here, and it comes back up here, grab it, nice move up, or same deal going up. Did we start to rip or gap up and then come down? We've got this nice shoulder either way. So we're just kind of waiting for the move before the move. Thanks for watching, guys. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy money sticks around. See you on Discord. Peace out.